This episode of the Coarse podcast has been brought to you by Central Sports and Graphics Incorporated, family-owned and operated screen printing and embroidery business located in a historic storefront on Old Berwick Road in the heart of Espy. They've been doing screen printing for over 20 years. They have high-quality product at a low price. Be sure to check them out. Central Sports and Graphics Incorporated, 570-784-1212. Now, on to the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is episode number 99 of the Coarse Grind podcast with you this evening. As always, host-creator Shawn Rosler. You'll likely notice a slightly different tone in my voice, and it's because in a matter of a few short days, we will be landing on episode 100, triple digits, 5 years. And I tossed around the idea of a guest, of different content and whatnot for 99. But really, I think the title says it all, the one before 100. I don't think at this point I have the real estate to even entertain anything creative, I guess. So in lieu of that, I wanted to sit down after washing 2 cars. I literally just washed 2 cars and vacuumed them out for the weekend. I wanted to sit down in front of a mic with no one around, with no one on the other end, and just put some thoughts out there into the universe. So if you'll bear with me, if you'll humor me, and if you're listening to this point, you really have no choice in the matter, I suppose. Here goes. 5 years ago, 5 years, man, I can remember when my first kid was 5, my second kid was 5, my third kid was 5, for that matter. And, I mean, that's 5 years. That's 5 years of growing, and I guess in a way, the show has kind of done that on its own, in its own way. And it's been miraculous for me to watch, from live shows to live cooking demos to cooking classes, not really a class, the thing I did for Bloom, to guest chef events, which, Beth, if you ever label me a chef again without my knowing, I'll kill you. It's just been an amazing experience, really front to back, to watch a concept grow into something so much more. And I think one of the things I posted on LinkedIn today, actually, about just following that passion, following that dream. And I think one of the most common questions I get asked is, how do you do it all? Where do you find the time? This, that, the other thing. You know, those of you that know me beyond the show know, 3 jobs, now 2 because the class is over, 3 kids and a house and all that. How do you find time for it? And I think one of the things that I've worked on over the years is realizing how much I love it and how much I love providing this platform, this educational platform to an extent, this promotional platform to an extent for the folks I have on the show. I just love it. I feel this love in my bones, in my very bones, for the content, for people who create that which can be consumed or are at least related to that process. You know, I have so much respect for the industry. I think that goes without saying. You've heard me babble on. I don't need to go on here. But I just really do. I really have so much respect for everyone in the industry, everyone who is putting in those 16-hour days, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, I guess, in some cases. And, it's because that passion is in their blood. And so in turn, almost I feel like this is my version of that. And so here we are, 99 episodes. I'm going to count this as an episode. Leave me alone. I've been busy planning 100, so I think I can softball one here. It's just amazing to step back from, to look at, and to realize, like, everything that's gone into it, and how, to an extent, it's felt effortless. And I think it's felt effortless, again, because of that appreciation, because of that love for the craft, that love for the art, that love for the content, and that just deep down persistent want to turn, like, one person out of a million onto something they've never tried before, or they've never heard of before. Like, great, yes, that's exactly what I've tried to do. And I hope it continues. I really do. I have a lot of fun doing it. I have a lot of, like, deep down satisfaction doing it. And, to no small extent, if you're still listening, we just passed the 5-minute point. So you're definitely pot committed to this at this point. To some extent, that joy, that satisfaction comes from you all listening, to knowing there is an audience, small, big, medium, doesn't matter. There is an audience who cares. And day by day, month by month, year by year, more people tune into it. More people turn on to it. More avenues open to me that have never been open before. And that's all because of you all. This was an idea. This was a Greta and Shawn idea at Seasons. And it has turned absolutely well beyond what I thought the original limits of the concept were ever going to be. So again, I owe this to every single one of you listening, and I owe this to my incredible supportive wife. I owe this to my amazing kids who remind me that food is life, and food is love, and food is home. All those three things. And I owe this to my parents for getting me the Fanny Farmer cookbook in 6th grade, for getting me a cast iron griddle, which I still have, and I still make now my kids' friends pancakes on the weekend on. I owe it to Greta's parents for being so culinarily inclined. Not her dad at all. There's a story about hockey pucks I'll spare you, but definitely PK, definitely Grandpam, for being rooted in the culinary, in the Pennsylvania Dutch traditions, which I still benefit from daily here. Well, maybe not daily, but you get it. I could go on. I really could. I've made such incredible friends, such incredible contacts, such incredible colleagues, and more because of this show. And I just feel really lucky. And so I think, in lieu of a guest, I'm your guest, and I'm sitting here talking to myself, which is appropriate because I do that more often than I care to admit. And it's just been a wild ride. It's been crazy. It's been awesome. And I can't wait to keep doing it. I really thought with Anthony Bourdain's passing, I thought that was it. And I couldn't be more wrong. And so here's to it. Here's to 100. Here's to 101. Here's to everything beyond that. And here's to you all for listening. Because, again, without you, without the people I noted, without me, I guess, obviously there's not a show, but it's just, it leaves me feeling so grateful, so incredibly undeserving of what this has become. And so I'm going to keep at it. You keep listening, and we'll see what 101 to 200 brings. So, until Friday, May 24th at 7:30, this is Shawn Rosler, host, creator of the Coarse podcast, signing off. Next episode will be number 100. Stay tuned.
Hey, do you like coffee? Do you like gourmet coffee? Do you like really amazing gourmet coffee that's a total steal and just happens to be based on a culinary podcast? Well, look no further. The Coarse Grind podcast has teamed up with the Mr. G Coffee Company to create the perfect custom blend. Dark is the logo itself with hints of caramel, sea salt, and dark chocolate. It is luxury in a cup at an incredible price. Be sure to check out their site today, mrgcoffee.com, and order some now.